Wait, what? I'm expected to forgive someone who's totally wronged me? Like, seriously? Well, in this video, you will see me try to make a case for forgiveness. I will try to give you 3 simple reasons why I think you should consider it. So, if you've been hurt and you are struggling with the concept of forgiveness, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, my name is Sylvia and you are welcome to my channel. On this channel, I will try to answer some of life's basic questions from a faith-based perspective. Now, the goal is to try to help, add a little bit of value to your faith walk and who knows, maybe even life in general. Now, over the years, we may have heard someone say words like, I will never forgive you, or I will never forgive so-and-so for doing that to me. Or maybe it's even you who has actually said, that person hurt me and I will never forgive them for what they did. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you may very well be justified to say so. But is it possible that there might be a different way to look at this? Maybe there is. By the way, be sure to stick around to the very end. I have a very useful tip for you on forgiveness. And be sure also to leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about forgiveness. I mean, are there people you think are just not deserving of it? Let me know. So, what is it exactly that they are really asking when they tell us to forgive someone who has so badly hurt us? Well, based on biblical principles, forgiveness is the act of pardoning an offender. Let me put it this way. It is the act of choosing to let go of pain inflicted on you by another person's actions or sometimes even inaction. Now, it is important to note that forgiveness is not an involuntary action, but a conscious decision and a choice. Now the question, but why? Number 1, the first reason that I think that you should forgive is because Jesus told us to. Yes, Jesus asked us to forgive. This reminds me or takes me to a part in the Bible where a disciple asked him how many times he is to forgive his neighbor when offended. And he went ahead to even, make a suggestion of 7 times. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Peter was feeling very magnanimous. I mean, 7 times in one day, that's got to be a whole lot, right? Well, was he shocked when Jesus replied, nope, 70 times, 7 times. Yes, the point I think that Jesus was actually trying to make there was that you shouldn't even be counting, but you should be ready to forgive everything. Number 2, because you have been forgiven. The Bible makes us to understand that we ourselves are not exactly blameless. As a matter of fact, if you think deeply about that thing that upset you, you will see that you also have a portion of the blame, even if just a small one. We have been and are still guilty of offending first and foremost God and of course other people. But we have received forgiveness, so we should be gracious enough to extend the same to others. After all, the saying is to do unto others as you would want done to you. Now, this also takes me back. You remember Mr. Peter? When he asked the question, Jesus also went on to tell him about the story of a servant who owed his master some money. Let's call him Servant A. Yeah, not his real name, but okay. Well, when the master asked for his money, servant didn't have it. The master threatened to arrest him. Servant A gets on his knees, begged and wept, Master took pity on him, cancels his debt, and sends him on the way. Now, next scene, enter Servant B. Servant B also owed Servant A some money. Servant A asked for his money. Servant B doesn't have it. Servant A won't hear of it and has him thrown into the dungeon. Hold on. Same guy who just got his debts cancelled. And he couldn't do the same for someone else? Oh, wow. Needless to say, Master finds about it, and now Servant A has to pay for his unforgiveness in the dungeon. Wouldn't want to be him. Let's move on to my final point. Number 3, it brings healing to you. Yes, you. To forgive is just as needed for you as it is for the person you are forgiving. It is for your benefit just as much as it is for the offenders. Actually, in most situations, the anger or bitterness that you feel makes no significant difference in the person's life. Rather, it hurts you. So there you are, feeling resentful and all, while the other person is out there living life, having a ball. See what I'm saying? There is a very common saying that holding on to anger or unforgiveness is like taking a poisonous substance and waiting for the other person to be affected or die. I mean, think about it. Choosing to forgive frees you from becoming bitter, which in turn frees you from not missing out on God's blessings for your life. As we are told in the Bible that we should not let any bitter root grow within us to cause trouble and defile us. Also, the Bible tells us to get rid of bitterness, rage, and anger. Let me say this as we round off. To forgive someone does not in any way mean they were right to have hurt you in the first place. Neither does it invalidate the hurt that you felt by what they did. Also, the call to forgiveness does not assume that it is easy to do so. It is simply a conscious decision that you make so that you can truly move forward with your life. Now, for that bonus tip, to be sure that you've forgiven or let go of a hurtful situation, I have what I call the litmus test of the heart. And this is it. Whatever happens in your heart whenever you are around the person that hurt you, it shows if you have actually forgiven them, or maybe I should say if you have let go. So if you see them and you feel a calm in your heart, I'm not saying you don't remember what happened, although that will be good too, but realistically, that is not always the case. But if you do come in contact with them and are generally able to be there, just to have a conversation with them without seething on your inside or just relieving the pain that they had initially caused you, then it is safe to say that you might have forgiven and let go. However, if you see them and you feel a certain way and you're just generally unable to be around them or to even have, a natural conversation with them, or maybe you even feel an urge to get back at them or you wish them evil, then you are still holding on to the offense and haven't really let go. Now, if you do feel this way, it's entirely okay. Remember, we said that forgiveness is not always easy. So just take a deep breath and ask God to help you. Talk to Him about how you felt and how you still feel. Ask Him to help you let it go. Eventually, if you do this consciously and intentionally, it will fade away and you will be healed. That's all I have for you for this video, and I hope that you have found it helpful in some way. And I pray that you find grace to manage every hurt that you feel. Thank you for stopping by, and don't forget to leave your comments below. I would really love to see them. And until the next one, live life, love God, and don't let anyone dull your shine.